Hey, kia ora whānau, how's it going? Welcome back to Kaitiaki Māra Kai Backyard Gardens here in Kaikohe. Food security, sustainability, finding solutions about our own kai. Ko te rongoa, he kai te rongoa. And so, yeah, what have we been up to today on our mara? We've been doing a bit of mahi around the place, and so this is just to give it a bit of a snapshot of what we've been up to around our Māra Kai here, around seed germination and propagation, around planting out on other sites. So yeah, click the like button, the share button, register with us to get updates regularly on what we're doing here in Northland. Okay. Yep, so you'll see some pics of work that we've done on the other gardens around the place. Our big site that has our potatoes and other vegetables, we've just planted out some cabbages over there, and we're going to probably do that as a cabbage patch type of mara, as long as the chickens don't get into it, so we've just got to deal with the chickens. We also, the whānau's a bit away, there's a bit of tangi going on there, so we actually decided to whakapaipai te whenua, te kāinga, te katoa, so we just decided to clean up around the house and the property, just to help out the whānau who are going through a bit of a tangi stage or a funeral stage at the moment. So that's what we have been doing on the other sites, which you see the pictures. And here you've been looking at for the last 30 seconds is our planted out mara that we had started back in June in New Zealand's autumn or fall here in the States. We started doing this bed, and I just cardboard laying of different food waste, compost gardens and all that type of stuff, and now we've planted it out. So you'll see some photos in there as well, near the end there, where just broad fork. What I've done is I'm broad forking that out, and you'll see the combination of worms and the soil and the black poop that they produce, which is the worm castings, and then we just added compost. And so in here we have kōwiniwiniwi on this side, and peru planted on that side, and so where the mounds are our rows of Māori potatoes in this bed. And as we did to the bed that's over there, we planted out potatoes and kumara on that side. So what my habit is, when we have virgin soil, we'll do root crop first. We'll plant out a root crop, so that just builds a bit of depth and aeration alongside what we've done already. Yeah, so that was pretty cool, planting that out. So that's been a bit of a part of the garden that we've been walking past all winter, but just adding in compost, nitrogen, carbon into it, just building it up, so we've got this nice thick bed that's there at the moment. The other things that we've been doing around the place here is, as we know, our raised beds are going well. We had a bit of a lesson on our worm farm, so I pulled the lids off and we put some more carbon and nitrogen in there, and moisturise, well, not moisturise, but put more moisture into the soil. What's the boys been doing here? Tried adding something in, looks like. But we just had a little bit of a wānanga kōrero about our compost system in regards to our worm farm and what they're doing. See, look, there's worm juice coming out. And there, that was full an hour ago, so I got the guys to go around and fertilise our plants, so they're a bit of a nitrogen lacking. So we gave them a bit of a wash with rainwater, quarter of the buckets, and the worm juice, just to fertilise them a bit. Later on, when we come to planting out our tomatoes, we're going to use the worm castings out of there. So what I'll do is I'll take the lid off this side and let the worms migrate into the shade, dig out, pull back the top layer, and dig out what's in the bottom here. Because pretty much that bath is full now of worm castings, so we'll just dig it out and utilise it. But yeah, real healthy lot of worms in there. That's happening really well. We utilised this mudder here quite a bit last year. This is where we're going to put our corn in. I've already mentioned this before, but yeah, this is where the corn's going to go, and so I'm a little bit lighter on that, and in between the potatoes and other things that are growing, we'll just plant that corn and just let them grow above that. Beans, as well as some other beetroot and all that type of stuff. Oh, not beetroot, pumpkin, squash along the bottom, just keep it green, suppress the weeds a bit. But yeah, this mudder I'm kind of letting sit a little bit. We had a look at our bees. We've actually lost our bees, so there's no queens in either of them, but we're getting bees going flying in and out, so they'll probably rob us. But that top box here is full of honey, so we're going to extract that at some point. Yeah, alright. We'll plant it out over here, so we've got cabbages at the back, broccoli at the front, so the cabbages at the side, spring onions there. Going to probably put some spring onions around the edges, just makes it, we love spring onions, and helps keep the vermins away. Comfrey, you'll see I've pulled out comfrey. I use that as a bit of a nitrogen thicker, so I've got it laying down and just baked in there, so that's another way of adding materials, nitrogen, or in this case, yeah, nitrogen back into it, back into the soil. But our seedlings are coming along, and so we'll just start planting in the gaps and filling it up, put more compost in, more worm castings and so forth. Kumara shoots are growing, but they're not growing as quick as they are in other places. What I think's happened is this side is too breezy, and or it wasn't warm enough. So yeah, I'm not really sure. But I've got some coming through. We'll just let that grow up and see what happens. There's another one coming out over there. So I'm going to probably have to source my tupu from somewhere else, but I'll build this up once these vegetables, I'll build this up. And maybe there's too much breeze coming across, so it's not getting warm enough, so I might have to build up that side. I don't know, I'll have to talk to someone local around that. But our cauliflowers have been lovely. And then outside here, in our raised beds, we've been working on those. So we've got lettuces, silver beet in there, cabbages, spring onions, carrots and cabbages. That's that side going well. We're going to probably have a stall over here once we start, our produce starts coming through. We have a stall that's ready there for people to purchase items. $2.50 maybe, $2.50 per item, just to help us out. Lemons are doing really well. Yeah, but awesome. Pretty cool, really. Excuse me. Hardening up area, it's germinating our own seeds now, so they're doing really well. But yeah, that's our big one. Our big guy. Piru and other old potatoes. Alright, whānau. Hey, if you're interested in getting a garden and you're up north here, come and have a wānanga with us. Come and have a talk, and we'll just talk you through it. Had some awesome teaching today with the guys, just learning as we go and do it. Yeah, just shaping and doing stuff locally for food security and sustainability. Transformation, empowerment and activation. Yeah, alrighty. Take care.